LTC, we start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, I need to refer to my last analysis, because if I refer to my last video, I mentioned whoever get the trade either from here or from here, they should move their stop loss somewhere around 115. All right. And whoever is still they keep the trade from here, they can adjust their stop loss, because my last update was to keep our stop loss at 115. Right now, they can move their stop loss to somewhere around 120 at this level. Okay, if they want to keep the trade for longer term, at least they can book more profit. Okay, and beside that, when the price was within this move, I mentioned if he wants to look for trade, the only option is to put our entry as at the 122.5. And as we can see, whoever follow my last analysis, they should win this trade. But one thing I need to highlight, because I mentioned my last analysis, I mentioned we're looking at this one as a flat. And since we see this down move, this is where we should move our entry at above this, which is at the 121. Anyway, I didn't have any update for that. That's mean whoever get the trade, either having entry at the 121 above this or at the 122.5, as we can see, we should be in this trade, but there is after we get the sharp move, the it start to correct. That's why whoever get the trade from here, at least move their stop loss to break even if they haven't taken the trade in small profit. Okay. Now, what I want to say that again, whoever get the trade either by having entry above the stop or above here, move their stop loss to break even. And whoever is still they keep the trade within this range, move their stop loss to 120. Okay, now want to see what's the next and how we can look for next trade, whether we can expect this one give us one move up or not. Because if we put this stop in relative to this one of the indicators showing us the divergence. But if we refer to the MACD, we don't see the divergence. Okay, now want to see what's the next and how we can look for the next trade. First things, we move to daily chart. Okay, and if we refer to our analysis, we have been looking at this one as a flat. We mentioned we want to see the reversal at 104. That's why we have been looking for this buy. But now the question is whether this is the start of the up move or this one. We can consider this one as the last one. And because if we refer to our analysis, at the first stage when the price was within this move, we mentioned we can look at this one as a flat as well internally. Okay, no, there is a possibility this one turn to similar to what we have here, turn to a flat. That means still we are within this down move. That's why if we want to look for trade from now, we need to be quite careful. And whatever the trade for buy we have it, we should at least move our stop loss to break even. Because the best things is if we get the daily correction, if the price give us a correction, it can give us better confirmation for continuation. But right now we don't see any correction based on daily chart. And if I move to forward chart, but based on forward chart, what I can see, we have this correction. Okay, that means still we can look for continuation. The next level I'm looking for is somewhere around 133. I want to see the breakout of 133, which is somewhere within this range. We need to see breakout of this, because if we get one move up, then from there, if there is a continuation, breakout of 133 following by 140, if there is a breakout, if good for us, that means we can consider this is the start of the up move. But if not, at that time, we can look at this one as a bigger flat. Again, I need to highlight most of the chart, they have a similar movement. Okay, that's why from now, if we want to look for buy, we need to be quite careful. But from what I can see here, based on forward chart, I'm looking at this correction. And for sure, if this one turns to big correction, it can give me better confirmation for continuation. But how to look for trade? Based on forward chart, we don't have any trade set up. And if we move to 1 hour chart, okay, and the only thing is whether we can call this one as a flat or not, I won't suggest it. All right, that's why I won't suggest to put our entry above the top. It depends on the traders. For me, if I want, because if he wants to look for a trade, for me, I prefer to get one more drop, because at that times I will look at this one as a correction. And at that time, if we get one more drop with the breakout of the lowest price of this, whether we call it correction, at that times I will put my entry above this, above here, somewhere around 126. But right now, we don't have any way to look for trade. That's why we prefer to get one more drop, then we can put our entry above the stop. It depends how deep it can go. The only when I say we want to see one more drop, we need to see one more drop with the breakout of this low. Then from there we look for a reversal. But if we get one more drop, there was a continuation, then we need to look at the chart differently. Okay, but what I have right now, having entry above this, I won't suggest it. If I want to have entry above the top, I will wait for one more drop, then I will put my entry above this. Then what do I want? To see the reversal as a sharp move. Okay, and we are not going to keep the trade if the price tag, and we see, I mean, if the price tag or entry, if there is no continuation, we are not going to keep the trade more than 2 hours. But how about if the price continue from here? The only way is we need to see the breakout of the 1280 as a sharp move, the next flag, then from there we will take the trade. Okay, but right now we don't have really good trade setup, and as I mentioned, based on forward chart, we prefer this one turn to a deeper correction. If it turns to a deeper correction, it can give us better content, better opportunity to look for trade. I need to highlight here, it doesn't mean the price cannot continue from here. It can, but the only thing is how we can look for trade. Okay, and from what I can see here, I won't suggest to put my entry above this, because mostly the price can tag and drop, because we can expect to see the divergence. That's why I mentioned if I want to put my entry, I prefer to get one more drop with the breakout of the lowest price of this correction. Then at that time, so I put my entry above this flag. That's mean if this one turned to a correction, I put my entry above the top. Okay. Anyway, we don't have really good trade. The only thing is, as I mentioned, whoever get the trade, either from, if they get the trade from the here, move their stop loss to break even. But if they get the trade from here or from here, since this is what we have been looking for, if they keep the trade, move their stop loss at least to 120. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.